The Ghana Education Service has put an official ban on corporal punishment in both public and private schools. We're here to speak with the general public on their thoughts about this. My name is Melissa Awad. This is News Connect for City TV. Stay tuned. Ghana Education Service have banned corporal punishment for both public and private schools. And I want to just get your thoughts on this. What do you think about it? We'll start with you.
Well, I'm in support of that because most teachers use a form of caning to intimidate their students or kids in school, and which is very bad. School is supposed to be an environment where kids come to relate with each other, both their teachers and their friends. So if you use cane to be intimidating them, they will look timid, and they cannot bring that. They cannot bring out the talent they have in them.
So corporal punishment, I'll speak for both. That it should be banished because teachers use it as an advantage because they've been given the right to do so. They go beyond that, and the reason why they shouldn't be banished is because they should do it, but they should limit it. It shouldn't always be that you are punishing. We have different kind of punishments.
Okay, for me, I'm a little bit for it. I'm a little bit not for it, in the sense that getting some students are very, very stubborn, and putting a ban on corporal punishment is going to affect the teachers also, because they are going to, in a sense that they are going to retaliate when the students tell them something, when the teachers tell them something, or when there's a problem with the teachers and the students. They are going to retaliate to the teachers. So with that one, it's not helping in a sense.
So what do you say to someone who says sometimes teachers use a form of caning and lashing as a way just to silence the student because they don't want the student to ask any further questions? Did you have that kind of experience in school?
Okay, way back in school, actually I didn't have that kind of experience. We were given the chance to freely express ourselves. Yes, to express ourselves, ask questions. When you don't understand, you ask questions. And all those things. And
the teacher was cool with it?
Yes, the teacher was very cool with it. But sometimes it gets to the extent that students ask unnecessary questions. They know the thing and they'll ask again, and it draws the class back. So sometimes the teachers make silence them, not using a rod.
No, what I will say it's rubbish.
Why?
It's totally wrong, because even the Bible says spare the rod and spoil the child. I went to a school in which we were punished. It's like we were beaten, and then we were beaten in a sense it's like it was in a form of correction. They corrected us. When you are beaten, they tell you not to do this, and then you do it. You should be beaten so that you wouldn't do it again. So to me, it's totally wrong.
So, but do you think some punishments can go a little bit too far?
Yes, some do go a bit too far, in the sense of maybe some of the sisters do get too agitated to the extent of beating you mercilessly. That should be banished, but not to the not maybe a little lashes, about 5 or even 10 strokes at the back or the buttocks. It's normal, but to ban it all, it's wrong.
So, did you get lashes in school?
Yeah, sure.
And then, how did it affect you? Did you see the purpose of it? Did it make you upset? Did it even change your behavior?
Yeah, some did, and then some too made me. It's like I got angry. There were some punishments some beatings I thought I didn't deserve to be beaten, and then some I knew I was wrong. So it's normal.
So then, let me ask you: since that corporal punishment has been banned, no more lashings and beatings and things of that nature. So then what would you suggest will be a better alternative punishment? No more lashing. So what else can be done?
We can't be putting our students to go and read. I think that would be the only solution. When maybe you do something wrong, we go and get a portion of land for you to read. like how we in those days too, it was the same thing, and it wouldn't benefit. I think what will benefit is the lashes. Yes, the students are not prisoners. As a prisoner, maybe we can take you out to go and read or do something. But student, you need to learn. When you are beaten, you sit upright and then you learn.
To me, I think these children should be punished, but to a certain level. You get it? It shouldn't be something which is going to hurt them, but it should be at its minimal level.
Can you give an example?
Okay, for example, maybe when you beating a child, it should be given, like, let me say, 6 strokes of cane. That should be the maximum level, but it shouldn't be more or exceed that level. Doing that will put the children at the right path, will strengthen them. You get it? Yeah, because there is this German adage that goes like, we hold a child by the hand, but we hold a woman by the heart. You get it? And doing that will let the child become useful to the society in which we are in.
I've been a victim. I tried to ask a teacher a question. Because he can't answer, he had to just put us something, just walk out of the class. It shouldn't be like that. No one is perfect, as the saying always goes. You are teaching, you're also learning to teach. So if I should ask you something, you shouldn't get bored with it, but rather go and find a research and come and give me an answer. That's what you call learning. Although you are a teacher, you know more than I do, but you can learn something from me, which you'll be shocked. So I would say that teachers too shouldn't be punishing and be putting fear into students. Let them ask. If you don't know, oh, maybe I don't know, they shouldn't feel shy of telling the student that I don't know. Some it's because of pride, because they do themselves like, yeah, we know. All that I say is final.
There are other ways of punishment. When a kid does something wrong, you can either tell him to go and read this number of book and come and tell you something. You ask question. I could quite remember when I was in school, most punishment that our teachers usually give us was they will ask you to write maybe 100 pages of a sentence. So they are going to check. So it's a form of punishment. Even in doing that, the child or the kid is still learning. You can ask him to go and read a number of pages of a book. It's a form of learning. Though it's a punishment, but it's a form of learning. So I think there are other ways of punishment rather than corporal punishment. Yeah.
What about you? Do you have any other ways you can think about?
Okay, I think, for instance, in this modern dispensation, these children, they don't normally study. You get it? And I think in a way of making them to study, they have to go back to the dictionary by learning or going for new ways. Maybe, for example, if the child offend the teacher or make noise in the classroom, by way of punishing them, they have to probably look for like 50 words. You get it? And then find meaning to them. So the following day, when they report back to school, they have to make sure they are able to come out with the meaning of those words in which the teacher gave them. You get it? Doing that will let them learn more.
That's it for another episode of News Connect. My name is Melissa Rawad. This is City TV. Keep watching.